Hello, welcome to my show today. I tried to do a recording earlier on, but it didn't work very good. It's unsuccessful, so I'm making another recording now, and hope it works better this time. As I was saying there, it was very. I don't know what was up earlier on. It didn't seem to be recording right. As I was saying earlier on, I had an interview with Emma. I plan to play it on the show today. It was she gave me a few answers, good answers there. I might play it at the end of the show. A few of my things have changed now. A few of what I'm doing since it didn't work out right earlier on. I don't know what was up. The recording I made, so I've done it on this link on the studio. I'm in the studio again, so it's. I thought I'd make another podcast anyway. Earlier on I did a Bray People News. And it didn't work right, so I plan to do it again, and I'm all over the place really, but the first thing that was on the news there was trainee nurse has to sleep in her car, mum of two 14-hour shifts and cannot find home. That was the first news that was on it there. Man 21 jailed for assaulting women with glass. He's in jail for 12 months for throwing a whiskey glass at a woman on her way home from a pub in Greystones. So that was there's more then about that article. Mum was forced to sleep in car. I've worked since I was 15. I was just never lucky enough to be in the position to buy anywhere. That's the only thing I ever did wrong. Racehorse owner appears in court on fraud offences. Paul Wayne and Conor Clarkson at Bray District Court. Well-known businessman and horse owner Conor Clarkson has appeared in court charges with fraud offences. Mrs. Clarkson, 59, a property developer who owns 2005 Cheltenham Gold winner Kicking, appeared at Bray District Court charged with the use of several false instructions, including a deed, an indictment, and a death certificate. So that's on the paper there today. And Taylor's, I see Taylor's Boxing Club eviction case set for High Court. Pete Taylor has started legal proceedings against Wicklow County Council, and it shows you a picture there. He was at the fight there the last day. He was training some other boxer. I saw it there. The other boxer lost. I forget now what boxer it was, but I was looking at it there. It was on the coverage, and then I see it says about the airport to install noise monitor in Bray. The operation at Dublin Airport has lodged planning application for two separate aircraft noise monitor terminals. The planned installation of the NMC system is part of the 23-strong network of aircraft noise monitoring terminal. Planning documents lodged with Fingal County Council states the network of AN will help to protect residential amenity. And then it says further down, let community have say on Old Bray courthouse plans. Wicklow Sinn Féin John Brady has welcomed the allocation of 340,000 in funding for the refurbishment of the Bray District Court, and that comes up to page 3. So, and then it says Wolftown Square traffic plan major undertaking. It says more than about 5 loaves to expense shops, the charity shop on Main Street. That's on the news as well. And then I'm just going quick through this. Drug gangs trafficking networks uncovered. It was Mohammed Omar Khan and Anthony Terry. They were uncovered a drug gang's sophisticated trafficking network into Ireland was revealed after the investigators uncovered the encrypted messages. And then it says Terry was the kingpin of the group, offering a service to criminals who needed to obtain drugs or more money. So this was going on seemingly. The guards were on it. So that's then. And then urgent call for CIC. They're looking for volunteers there. And Wicklow TD shares dog adoption story as rescues under pressure. Deputy Whitmore raises concerns over the amount of dogs around us. It shows you Jennifer Whitmore with her new dog member Daisy. And Wicklow Libraries launch Comic Plus initiative. Poplar Beach fails again to earn blue flag I see in Bray, which they lost there last year as well, and that's the major concern in Bray. And then I'm just going through this quick, missing a couple of stories. Man 21 jailed for after assaulting woman with glass. I mentioned that as well. She was attacked on way home in Greystones. And Harris impressed after visited Bray Guard Station. Wicklow Fine Gael Minister Simon Harris was accompanied by Garda Commissioner Drew Harris on a visit to Bray where they discussed Wicklow policing matters and took a tour of the facilities. So, and then I'm on page 15. Kalash Rahine goes old school for Lakers, which just shows you a picture there. And warning of a horrific incident if fire station crisis not solved. Wicklow TD speaks out of industrial action looms. Golf club agreed to pay large sum over sexual harassment case. So I don't know if that's about. That's the story there. Tiglin raises again as Caffey wins top award. Tiglin rise at the Cove at the Sugar Club in Leeson Street. So and then it shows you district Strictly Come Dancing for Tiglin's amazing journey raises 23,000. I see. They came from all backgrounds: rugby players, accountants. We even had a barrister. So let me see how I'm going. I'm going all right. So I'm just missing a few news there. So there's not much on that. So Wicklow artist David OFMG on his new single and Finding Your Voice. There's an article. When you're writing songs, your first few songs are going to be dreadful. It's the same with every art form, whether you're the painting or making films. That's what the artist says there. Bray Adult Education Exhibition, 1 year of artistic inspiration with Art FX. Then St. Cronan's Grandfather's Day, that was on there. Avoca opens new Friends of the Forest trial for gardens. And then there's an article there, David Macliffe wrote it, from the slopes of Mountain Patomali carries on the legacy of her late husband, Terry, who did pioneering work in Afghanistan. She tells reporter about an upcoming concert not forgotten in aid of Afghan women. And that's them. She tells a story there. And then further on, it just says Patricia O'Malley with her late husband Terry. We refused painkillers so we could be alerts to what was happening. He was not surprised by the return of the Taliban. So that article makes good reading. And then in the centre there, the sports section here, Warrior to the core. Katie Taylor after her defeat to Chantel Cameron on the undisputed super lightweight champion fight at the Tree Arena. And it's very disappointing there on Katie. And then there's more as we're saying there about the ladies. Brave effort failed short and be decided third quarter. It says Wicklow 2-11, Dublin 4-9. The future is right for Wicklow ladies football, according to Dominic Leash. The future is football, and that's what it says. It shows you pictures there. And then Bray Power onto league final. That's in the Camogie. Bray Emmets 1-9, Carnew Emmets 1-4. So I'm reading more on the score here. And then the ladies again, Kiltegan 4-7, Era Oak 2-3. So that was that. And then the Wicklow, the minor team, were playing Laois there the last day, and the score was Seamus Heaney Cup quarter final. Laois 1-11, Wicklow 2-11. So 1-8, Laois 1-8, Wicklow 2-11. So Wicklow lost the next match, I think. That was on as well. They lost the next match. And then Donegal had Donegal and Wicklow in the Nicky Rackett Cup for 5th round. Donegal 1-18, Wicklow 2-17, and they came back. I see Wicklow. Wicklow are now in the final with Donegal on June the 3rd. That'll be a good event. And then it shows you more about a wonderful warrior who gave it all. This defeat is a lonely place, according to Brendan Lawrence. Katie Dana lands the beautiful into the face of Chanel during the undisputed fight. I look forward to the rematch, Katie says. So it'll be a long drawn-out process to see when the rematch will be on, as I was saying. And then a disappointing day for the Wicklow footballers in the Tailteann Cup. Emma, who I interviewed there earlier on, she's a nice person. She said about the Tailteann Cup, she was looking at it, I think she highlighted it was a disappointing day. And Owen Darcy, he done well. He scored 1-4. I was at the match, but I left slightly earlier. I thought it was disappointing. The gap at half time was 2-11 to 1-3, a huge gap. So I knew that they wouldn't come back, Wicklow. It was a huge thing to try to come back at the match. So it was Longford 3-17, Wicklow 2-9. So they're practically out of the competition, I think. So that's my view there. So, and then it's more than the Kerry in the soccer. It was Kerry 0, Bray Wonders 2, and that was the match that was played on there. And Whelan signs for the Packers. Ennis Kerry punter on fire. Daniel Whelan, who was signed for the Green Bay Packers. So that's a good news story. And then there's more about Leinster, who were beaten there by Le Rogel, 26. Leinster, Le Rogel 27. So that was a bad score. They came back at the end. I wasn't looking at it myself, but I heard it. I heard it on the radio actually. And then how best to protect our planet Earth, according to Father Michael Coleman, OP. And no matter what Cassie says, the sea in Ireland is too cold and I'm going in. So that's the article then. And then there's more from the college or at the schools. So Kilcool confirmation. Edward entertains. This week he makes a parmesan cheese and tries scones. They look nice there. And then in the Wicklow Ireland zone, it's exploring County Monaghan. That's in the article, the magazine that's out this week. It's on sale. How Ballantyre Liam Clancy came to renown, and the genius of stained glass artist Harry Clark. There's an article there about Harry Clark, who designed the window sub Julie's, as you say. And then, let me see. And then around the districts, that's the local thing. And then sports heroes recognised as civics perception. Mercedes E-Class, that's the car as well that's on it. Further details include specification and prices. Meanwhile, the Mercedes-Benz has flagged this month for the arrival here of its new second-generation entry-level van. The stylish new Mercedes-Benz E-Class says it is a mainstay of the model range and a standard set in the middle-range luxury saloon. So it looks a nice car. And Ford charts new route to EV ownership. So it's making it easy for greater numbers of customers to go electric. Ford's new customer experience will support the company's commitments. So that's that. So, and then I usually go to what the vet says. So let me see what the vet says there. Pete Wedderburn, swallowed objects by dogs cause problems. Ollie on demand after this big on his big operation. He swallowed something, and that's the article then. And the films that's on Monday is Goodfellas. That's on BBC Two at 10 o'clock. And then the favourite, Olivia Colman got the Oscar for that, for Queen Anne, and that's on at 9 o'clock on Tuesday. And then the song in 1968, was Young Girl, the Union Gap, and the man with love, Engelbert Humperdinck, and that was the song. Million sellers lyrics have not stood the sign. Gary Plunkett in the Union Gap on the cover of Young Girl. So it's a pity I can't play a bit of music. I play that. So bloody but unbowed. Katie on the back of the paper there, I say. That's on the back of the paper. So I went through that. So and then I'm well into it. The Wicklow Times, 3 blue but no green flags. More about that. The green flag there, and then a tsunami of surrenders. That's more about the dogs on that. Same stories there as in the Bray people. And Bray Credit Union to hold Welcome Week there for money, for putting money in and getting the things out. Art and Design graduation show. That's I see that's coming up. Bray Institution Art and Design graduation show. So I'm not sure when that's on. So. And then for September 23 courses, so there's an article there about Biffy there, and then Supreme Court comes to Greystones remotely, and then more about fundraising to help family complete home following father's hospitalisation. And Glen of Amal Mountain Rescue Team celebrate 40th anniversary. So that's on that paper. And the EU Years of Skill launched by Minister Harris with SkillNet. So there's an article there about that. And then that's about all. That's about on that paper. So that's that. So now I see now what on. I just see now what's on the thing there. I'm well into it. I see what's on the main news here. The Hogan Sand website. All Ireland under 20 final, the third freeze up Downey. So that's more on that. And then there's more. Tuam Stadium I see is to undergo revamp according to what it's saying on the Hogan Stand. It's a cutthroat competition. There's more about Carlo's Wexford. If Wexford are relegated to Joe McKenna Cup this weekend, there are no guarantees that they will bounce straight back. So that's a thing there. And then then a 4-week sideline ban proposed for cattle. McConnell tips Galway for All Ireland football glory. That's Oisin McConnell, the club manager. So week to remember for hurling cousins. And then Egan admits Wexford are fighting for their lives to stay in the Liam McCarthy Cup. So that's then that. And then I go more from the RTE news. I didn't open up. I was working on a podcast earlier on there, but it just didn't work out. Nothing went up on it, so I'm trying it again. And I see the main news then on the news. Tributes for Queen of Rock and Roll, Tina Turner, as Tina Turner dies. It was terrible there. I was looking at a documentary. It was on BBC One there. Tributes have been poured in for Tina Turner, who was one of the biggest recording artists of all time, who has died at the age of 83. Tina Turner, a trailblazing icon who shone brightly. There's a little video on this, so it just says more about Tina. Tina, one of the rock and roll's famous voices, who has hits include Proud Mary and The Best. In a career spanning more than 60 years, the American-Swiss singer, who was born Anne Marie Bullock in Nutbush, Tennessee, won 8 competitive Grammy Awards and a star of both the Hollywood Walk of Fame and St. Louis Walk of Fame. With her sounds hits and commanding stage presence, Tina Turner secured her status as the Queen of Rock and Roll with a catalogue of powerful hits that showcased her bounding energy and graveled voices. Across her career, which began in the 1950s, The singer won over hearts with classic songs include River Deep, Mountain High, Proud Mary, and Up But City Limits. Turner's Irish show include numerous dates of the RDS over the years. I was at two of our shows in the RDS in Croke Park. She really brought the house down. It's very sad, I was saying there. That news came in there tonight, and there's a few videos on it there. There's one of her in Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, which came out in 1985. So I'd just like to say, it's sad news. It's very sad, and there you are. I don't know what's going to happen. So that's on the entertainment news, Tina Turner. So, and then Florida Governor DeSantis announces White House bids. What does Donald say about that? I wonder. He's not looked up anyway. They haven't got handcuffs on him yet. I don't think so. So, and then the sports results. It just says more about 40 hours ago we drank all alcohol in Manchester. Real back finishes Inter win Coppa Italia. And Ireland will face Spain in under 17 Euro quarterfinals, it says. So that's a good result for the under 17 team in the soccer. And then Samson hoping faithful can maintain field goal factor, and the Offaly hurlers are playing this week. Sheehan named I'm not doing this World Cup England winger Noel. So that's the news there. So that's the main news, and I'll see now then what's on it says something then on this. I always look at this website. Budget 2020 will include social web payment increases, according to what it's saying there, Minister. Social protection, and Mayor Heather Humphrey says she will be ambition about the autumn's budget, including she would like to match the €12 pension increase achieved last year. So that's what Heather Humphrey says. And then this is the Microsoft, the entertainment news. Then on that is, there's not much news on that really. Fergie's goddaughter marries. So Belgium Elizabeth should never do this. I don't know what that's about. Radiant Blonde Tracy enjoys night out before baby's arrival at Little Mermaid premiere. So that's out as well. So, and then I was just going to look at the Irish Independent news. I don't have anything open here. The top news then on that is, let me see, Sheehan Falls open new Vista restaurant at Ring of Kerry. What that is about is so no excuse. So it doesn't say what that. Let me see. The news then, the main news on the Irish Independent news is that Tina Turner, as I was saying there, it was on the RT website, dies age 83. GA warns it'll clamp down on competitive under 12 games. So that is about all the news then, and then there's more about GA, the interview there. GA interviewed Tones Frosty when Joan Cantwell asked Donald Cusick about Tolchin Cup. She was like a pariah at the start. Oh God. Patrick Keelty will have under 12 hours between Late Late Show finish and his BBC Saturday morning radio show. I could help him there. I could fill in for him on a few days, maybe, if he wants to. So let me see. The GA website then. Michael Varney, David Fitzgerald, Waterford are playing for his job against Tipperary. So, as I was saying there, Kildare advanced past me to set up Leinster minor football final with Dublin. I saw that. So that is really the main news then. I just thought I'd make a podcast here, so I'm well into it. I'd like to say goodbye. As I was saying there, I had Emma on it earlier on. She gave me a few there. So I'll have that interview there at the end. So be slightly longer. So thanks for listening, and I'll be back again with another podcast. Emma gave me a good advice there. So thanks for listening and goodbye. Goodbye for now.
Hi Lorcan, your season so far is very good. Thanks for having me as a guest. I would like to answer your question about sport. I love Manchester City and really did well in winning title. I love looking at the stats like you. The league title does not lie. The 13 questions you asked me were personal and will answer all your questions. I love Ga hurling and football. My favorite Gaelic team is Dublin. I think they will go all the way in terms of teams. I love hockey and everything. I heard you like films and how they are made. I am looking forward to coming to Ireland and touring. I will have to get a copy of Bray People. I think the RTE should hire you and give you a job. You really love radio and love the way it works. Lorcan, you are at podcasting now since COVID times and really have a interest for it. I would chat to you all night but have to go now. I am now going to look at Emmerdale, Coronation Street and Rosenaw Run. Lorcan, your show needs guests to get your ratings up. I think you should try to have a list guests on your show. I will be on your show again giving sport updates if you want. It is a pity Wicklow did not do better in the Tailteam Cup. They have gone out in the first round of matches. I hope you have me back, Lorcan. I will be on your 13 question show. Thanks, Lorcan. Wish you look for season 3 on your Lorcan live showcast.
Thanks, Emma, for that. It was a good interview. I really enjoyed it. You really brightened my day up, and thanks for everything you said about me. I won't forget it, and I'll have you on the show again. No problem. Thanks. Thanks, Emma. Bye.